What's up, openers? We are on season 4, episode 9, which is 9. Hand clap, hand clap.
Yay! Look at you getting it right.
Snap and span off. Well, welcome to Open Relationship Podcast, where we have open and honest conversation, answer everything from A to Z as it pertains to LGBTQ plus community and beyond. I'm your host, Rodney. You can follow me on IG and I am Rodney Wash.
Was I early?
You was.
I am Meech. I actually brought Instagram back this week.
You were ready to say it. That's why you was about to say it.
So you can follow me at @OneKing_Meech, and I'm also doing TikTok too at Meech Jefferson. See,
Look at
boom,
you.
Got 2 for y'all.
Let's start you a series now.
I'm gonna give out all mine too.
Chad, you gonna give out more than your car page?
Well,
Just 2
I
is
am
enough.
Randall.
2 is enough.
I am Randall, and you can follow me on Instagram at BeMyRandall or Christian Mingle at The Spicy One, or you can follow my spicier social media if you know it. That's where I like to be it up.
It's not the open one anymore.
No, that was I had to change my Christian Mingle.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Got too many pastors in it.
A mess.
Oh, Lord, forgive me. Ooh.
Listen.
I am your host, Wally, and you can follow me at Wally the Godfather on Instagram or YouTube, and Car Talk with Wally.
Look at you. You better.
Because Wally like cars.
So you gotta pay his court. Hit me up.
See, that's the voice you should use instead of the other shit.
I got a lot of them, baby. You want me to use them?
No, just that one.
And I'm your host, Solomon E. Stretch, and you can follow me on IG at Solomon E. Stretch.
Yes.
And we have host collection plate. And what you can do, thank you, Vanna White. As you can see,
Good old Vanna.
we need money. Hallelujah. So,
What's the play, sir?
not you mean what, baby?
Right, because I ain't putting no money in no collection plate.
Well, look.
That's for y'all.
Exactly.
go.
Tell them again, Wally.
Yeah.
You can give in 3 ways. First way, openers, you can donate to us on Facebook by subscribing to our subscriber group, which is 99 cents a month. Or you can just join and give us 5 stars. We are 5-star young professional gay black men. You are gay this week, don't say nothing. Number 2, you can donate to the podcast. So wherever the description box listen to us on, wherever platform you listen to us on, click the description box, and then you can click donate, give what your heart desires to give. And third, which is my bottom B, is YouTube. And Solomon, tell them how they can give on YouTube.
It's Solomon. And
I
you
said Solomon, right?
It's Solomon.
Solomon.
And we love it when you slide into our DMs. We love it when you send us pictures. We love it when you send us amazing comments. However, we love it when you come to our YouTube and you comment, and you subscribe. The biggest one is the subscription, because we love a sub.
There you go.
Period.
And on the podcast platform, make sure you go 5 stars, because we are 5-star. Because I ain't the you be struggling for us.
I don't know what this song is.
You don't know that?
I don't know.
You gotta
not
be
black.
deep in the black culture.
Thank you, because baby, if you don't know that one,
I mean, according to...
Do you know who was singing that song?
Huh?
Do you know what the verse was?
No, I have no idea.
It's a lot.
I don't know. Is that Trina? I don't know.
yeah.
Oh, it's Trina. Okay. See, I got it, y'all.
Stay out of Blake's and go to Truth.
Just because I was there on Sunday does not mean that I frequent that place.
All right,
Okay,
well,
we
Meech,
ready.
take it away.
Oh wait, it's on me.
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't do our weeks no more.
I forgot about the lineup.
You got vetoed.
I just want to say about the
voted
YouTube
on
and
that?
Instagrams.
Yeah.
I will be responding to these comments going forward, because there was some cute ones last week I actually liked. But yes, this week, hi openers, how you guys doing?
So
This week we are pushing out hot topics because over the weekend, one of my favorite girls from Instagram, Love_Dorsey, she posted a video about people whose childhoods programmed them to be unable to develop healthy relationships within themselves and others. And I felt that was a great topic, and I brought it to the fellas, and they said that they wanted to talk about it. So I wanted to talk about it because Ooh, so rude. So nasty and so rude, Nene. So nasty and so rude.
I'm trying to comment.
So,
Because she got her shawl today.
oh my God. So I wanted to talk about this topic because over the last few weeks, we talked a lot about growth and professional relationships and things like that. And I've noticed that, like, one of the huge hindrances, if that's a word, for people is their lack of ability to change their old ways and to move into who they need to be. So I have some questions for the fellas this week, and then I'll share my thoughts at the end. So first, have you ever struggled to let go of a part of yourself? This question is from my boy Wally. Take it.
Ooh, have I struggled to let go of a part of myself? I would say that that has been my journey over the last few years.
Okay.
Responding to your post specifically about how parents kind of shape us, I grew up in a single parent household.
Focus. Focus on top.
This is a fresh topic for me, but so I feel like there's a lot of things that were implanted upon me in that situation of growing up that I no longer identify with. And so releasing it from myself so that I can become the better version of myself really has been a part of my journey, and it's been magical. It's been difficult as hell, but I realized that I haven't been in a lot of successful relationships because of how I was programmed and whether it was intentional or not. So
you've had to unlearn a lot of things.
I've had to unlearn a lot.
We love it. Yeah. Same question for Solomon. Have you ever had or struggled to let go a part of yourself?
I would say yes. I would say yes because I think I'm in this space where I'm constantly growing. And because I'm constantly growing, I'm often aware of I guess who I identify myself to be versus who I just naturally feel that I am. And creating that space of being okay with being who I naturally am.
Yeah.
I think that's been the hardest part for me. And I don't even want to just say that it's like a parental thing. I think it's a societal thing. Like I find myself to be very PC a lot of the time.
When?
Factual.
All the time.
Accurate.
But at the same time, I think my natural reaction to things is very beyond the borders, beyond the boundaries. And so I could be a little extra, but a lot of people won't see that extra.
Okay. I like that. I think that my general thoughts on just this question is I've seen that people sometimes live in denial. Like I've seen recently people talk about themselves and I'd be like,
that's not you.
That's not the you that I experience.
Yeah.
Or that's not the you that other people experience, but that's how you see yourself. And I think a lot of times people create a persona because they may not like who they are. So they have this, I'm like this or I'm like that. And I'd be like, that's not the real you. So they never really have to work on themselves because they don't see the flaws because they don't want to.
Yeah.
Because work is hard. But moving into the second question, and this is inspired by both of you guys' conversation, you over the last couple of weeks, not just about internal, but just your external. Because you commented a couple of weeks ago about your friend. That post kind of went viral. There was a lot of comments under that. And you always talk about other people in your segment. So have you guys ever had a friend who couldn't get out of their own way? Whether that was for their professional growth or their interpersonal growth? And we'll start with Rodney.
Damn. Yes. Yeah, I would say I know one of my friends is actually going through this right now where he is throwing out his net and getting the same results. And it's always resulted back to this one thing. I won't say too much, that's his business. And I think this time he needs to truly learn his lesson. And I think life need to hit him.
Okay.
Because if you don't let life hit you, you would still get the same results as you have gotten the last 4 times.
Okay, that's fair. How do you, the follow-up question, is it hard to be a friend to someone who can't get out their own way?
I would say no for me, because I'm the friend who's going to tell you how it is, and I expect the same.
Mm-hmm.
I would say yes, because you have a lot of our friends who enable it and don't want to say anything and don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And I'm like, it's not about feelings. It's
But they want
about
to keep the friendship.
our friend being like, hey, this is your 4th time going through the same situation. You back, you know, like, I can't say too much, but you've been through a lot, and here you are back at square one. Like, when are you gonna learn, sis? Like, and then what you doing with people who can't do nothing for you? So I'll just be like, you messed up home for what?
Okay.
You know, let's be honest.
I agree with that. Take a question a little bit further for Randall's part. If you could elaborate on your answer, that'd be great. Have you ever had to reconcile that was a part of you that you had to give up in order to embrace another part of your life? And how hard was that? And who did you turn to be able to put that in motion?
Yes. The very first thing that this makes me think of is previous marriage, actually. And realizing who I was in that marriage, the person, the role that I served for that unit, and realizing that was no longer, right? And it took, like, for me, it was, you know, we separated at pandemic, so I was kind of alone with my thoughts.
Yeah.
I was alone with my thoughts, so I didn't really have a whole lot of people to go to outside of, you know, professional help, like my therapist.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a time where it was a bi-weekly appointment that I was, you know, talking to a professional about what the next steps are, what happens next. So, and that is where I worked on, all right, this person that you were, how much of this really was you, or how much of this was you allowing a relationship just to happen and allowing yourself to become who somebody else wants you to be.
What they expect you to be.
Yeah, so I think that in the growth of that, it was, for me, just talking to a licensed therapist, and it brought me through it. It allowed me to release this this idea. I think that we all have had this: I want to be kept, I want to be taken care of, I want to be this you know, this trophy for my husband. And it allowed me to step out of that into, nigga, you a bad bitch yourself. So
as one.
And from there, I'll say there was a glow up. So I'm proud of the glow up.
I love the transparency.
Yeah.
I'll share this. I bring this situation to the table because I was having a conversation this weekend. Because that video I told y'all about, I've seen the video 1,000 times, but it just hit me different because someone I used to love, they couldn't let go of part of themselves. And you know, for years and years, when you're reckless and you're just moving through life and there's no real consequences, that becomes like, oh, I can do this and it'll be okay. And then now they've done something that's criminally and legally just a thing that's could potentially impact them for the rest of their life. And for me, being that person that was with them during the time that this happened, it was a point that I felt bad, but I also felt like, well, if this is the life that you want to live, I have to come to terms with that, the fact that you've come to terms with that. And it's just like, damn, you're not willing to let go of those bad habits because that's all that you know. And then there was a part of, are they unwilling to or unable? And then the harsh reality, it was both.
Oh, wow.
They didn't want to let go, and then also they didn't know the steps. So I wanted to have that conversation here on the podcast, just to say that sometimes we get in our own way. And it's okay to retract, and it's okay to reflect, and it's okay to reconsider your previous thoughts. I think change is the only constant in life. And if you always think the same way, you'll always get the same results. So I just wanted to bring that conversation to the table. So thank you, fellas, for participating. I appreciate your responses. And then now we're going to move forward with Randall, and he has an open up segment today. And I hear it's going to be something.
Appreciate that, man. Like that. Your insight's always cool. I like to hear where you're coming from, and getting out of your way is important.
Thank you.
So, guys, welcome to Open Up. Again, this is the space where we open our hearts and minds to different ways of communicating and loving one another. We use the lens of the Black queer experience to unpack non-traditional relationships, and today we are going to talk about couples, right? This is something that it happens to me pretty often, or I'm encountered this pretty often, and I just kind of wanted to bring it to the group. Mm-hmm. I know that I'm the only one that's in an open relationship on this panel, so for today, I want you guys to. I want to hear your side of the story.
Okay.
And at the end, what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll give you, what it looks like on this end.
Okay.
So
I'm a little nervous.
So I'll say this: everybody has a curiosity, right? Everybody has a curiosity of what is it like to be with a couple or somebody that's in a polyamorous relationship or open relationship. And I feel like nobody really understands the respectful way of pursuing that.
Mm-hmm. I think I put a video like this in the group chat.
Did you?
Didn't I?
I might have missed it.
Yes, you did.
I did post a video of this over the weekend.
Yeah,
remember with the girl who was in the red and she was in the car? I posted a video for you.
Yeah, exactly. That might have been what inspired it. But so what say you were somebody who wanted to interact with a couple. Mm-hmm. How do you go about it? What do you feel like is
you gotta tell us
the right? No. I'm asking you because what
I think he's saying they the couple has to tell the single person they want to interact with the single person.
Well, okay, so what if I meet one of them out, or I'm meeting both at the same time?
You meet one or both of them out.
Okay. Let's stop me.
All right, so I'm going to set this up for you.
Yes.
Okay. You want a specific scenario.
Okay.
All right. You know that this couple is an open couple, right?
Okay.
You're in a bar or you're in a club or a social setting at a party, and they're both there, right? And I mean, you want a piece, whether it is I think they're really cool.
This is after several drinks or no drinks.
Oh my girl.
Does it matter for you though?
Do you have to take both partners?
And these are the questions that
Okay. Oh, so
I'm trying to figure out what's going through people's minds.
So you want us to do it for ourselves? Yeah. You don't want to guide us?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going through.
You don't want to guide us.
Your mind.
So
I'm ready with mine.
If I see a couple that I'm interested in, right? I'm just gonna sound like both of them.
Okay.
I'm going to hit the one I feel like is going to be most easiest one to talk to. If that makes sense. So if when I walk off, this one I'm going to sneak in. I'm just going to hey, so.
Hey.
So. Okay. Are you down?
He going with the
I want to be down, Randy.
Okay. All right. So, and I asked this question because I feel like this. I feel like open couples and polyamorous couples, we end up being fetishized, BBW.
It's a fetish for me, for sure.
A lot of people
Do you have an issue with
this?
This
is what I was.
Yes, I do, because if you're really trying to engage me, my husband, or the both of us, then I'm not your toy. If anything, you're gonna be my toy.
Their toy,
right?
See, that's what I don't like.
I think it's about the approach. Are you coming to take a spot? Or are you coming to play a role? If you're coming to take one of the two people's spot, then I think that leads to an uncomfortable, disrespectful situation. But if you're coming to play a part, you're playing a role in whatever that one-on-one interaction is or one-on-two. I've had this experience. So,
a couple experience.
We talk about the topic.
Oh.
So there is a couple, and I was friends with both of them. And one of them had already told me that they was attracted to me, and I didn't know what the relationship thing was with them. So we just was talking about it, and I was like, yeah, so when you gonna get to talk about your man?
Oh.
And so I'm ready for that to come. So it came and it was like talking about it or whatever. And I was like, I ain't really. They was like, yeah, you know, we into this. I'm like, I'm not really attracted to your man. I'm cool with you, but I'm not attracted to your man. But so the man ended up having a conversation with him, like, yeah, I heard that y'all had a conversation. I was like, yeah. And he was like, I mean, so what we gonna do? I was like, we
ain't doing nothing.
I was like floored because I don't want to be like, bitch, it ain't you. But I'm just like, oh, okay. So fast forward the timeline, and I interacted with the person.
Without the man.
But the man knew. Like,
oh, okay.
It's going to eventually happen.
Okay.
Yeah. So I interacted with the person. Then after, the man got more like, he was like, okay, now that y'all have done whatever y'all have done, when is it going to come full circle, basically? And I was like, and because he was like, oh yeah, you know, we'll take care of this and take care of that. And I was like, well, see, you going too far. I'm still a single man living my life. I was never walking into something. I was interacting with one person I was attracted to. They just happened to be in an open relationship. So it got a little weird for a moment, but I think that, like, because I like try to speak so direct to it, and I don't try to like, hey, maybe, and like stream people. I like, hey, it's not gonna happen. They was more cool, but I know another situation where somebody interacted with the other partner and they clung on to them like, you're ours now. And I was like, see, that's what I was not trying to do. And I'm glad that I didn't entertain it beyond that conversation of when it's going to come full circle, because I would be in that same predicament. Because now this person has interacted with both of them together. And they kind of feel like I am the third. And I was like, see, you was never into that person. You should have just said what you really wanted, but you played around just to get to the other one.
Right. And I feel like there's an ulterior motive there, right? I think in your situation it might be different because they approached you, but when people are approaching us, we know that there are people that are gonna like me more than my husband, or vice versa. So I mean, that's a given. Do you think it's disrespectful when people approach couples or somebody they know is actively in a relationship, even if it's open or monogamous? I don't believe so. No, I don't believe so.
That's fine.
If you, because I mean, we get approached all the time, single other, and I think that people don't get that in most open relationships or most polyamorous relationships, that like the two people are like, they probably sleep together every night. I know his habits. I know his duress face. I know his I'm literally just wasting my time here. Like, this is a free drink. So I don't think that people pick up on that. But I want to keep going with where you were going, because that was actually my next question.
That's a question I think I might ask the question.
Go ahead.
So what happens from your perspective? It's like you only like one, and you don't want to have that conversation with the other partner. You feel like that should be the partner's place to say, hey, Meech only like me. He don't want to deal with you. Is it disrespectful for that to come from your partner, or should that come from Meech?
No, it can come from anybody.
I think both.
And that's one of the things that you have knowing that you're in an open relationship, you have to be comfortable with rejection. Just like a single person would have to be comfortable with rejection, you have to understand that everybody isn't going to be for you. And that's okay. So,
but it's not personal though.
It's not personal, and it's definitely not personal.
You're not theirs.
Yeah, and it's definitely not personal coming from your significant other. Like, if they say, all right, well, this person doesn't like, this person is more into me, and that, I think, goes back to, all right, what is the foundation of your relationship? Do you play together? Do you play separate? Like, are there hall passes? How does that work?
Hall pass is so funny.
Those types of things are where you're not a strong enough couple to be in an open relationship if you cannot deal with somebody liking one person more than the other.
I like how you said that. I respect that. I agree with that.
You should reevaluate that.
So I guess for me, to your point, because I have been in some situations where, like, either a couple was actively pursuing me, or whether it be sexual or something else, But then there was a couple that I was interested in, and they claim to be in an open situation. So I'm like, all right, well, what's up? So I'm asking questions, and I guess through my questions that I'm asking, I find out like what the real is. Like it's not really, it's more of a sexual situation, and they don't really like to have ties with the person. So it's like I wouldn't fit that qualifier.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm friends with y'all, I'm cool with y'all. So it's like clearly that narrows me out of the equation.
So I have a question specifically for you right now, and I have a question for the group, and because I know that we have to move on with time. But like in that situation, why do we feel like couples are like the end all to that? Like if you walked up to somebody who was single and they were like, I don't really mess with light skinned dudes. You're not light skinned, but whatever. Like, or like,
thank you for acknowledging my summer tan.
I don't really mess with dudes that wear red hoodies, right?
Yeah.
And your immediate response would be like, but
I'm like, okay.
but that I'm not always going to wear this red hoodie. So just like your mind might change about a hoodie, a couple's mind might change about what their interaction is with somebody based on that. Like how many times have we chased somebody who wasn't into what we were into, and then we still found a way to connect?
Like in what way?
So like in this situation, it might be, hey, we normally don't invite people in emotionally. Like it's just like we have sex and thank you for your services.
Yeah.
But
but it could be that they haven't found that person that they want to do that.
Thank you for your services.
But that's what phase they're at in their relationship, and I have to respect that. Like I can't.
You do have to respect that, but if they're welcoming you in, then it's a dialogue. It's not concrete. It's something that's like, hey, all right, well, I still want to interact with you guys. So where do you see me fitting in? And if they're saying, all right, it's just sex, then all right, well, what, this ain't quite for me. But if it's something where it's like, okay, well, we're open, they have an open mind of like, hey, let's chat about it.
For me, it was a little dicey in the sense that when the questions were answered, it was just like they were kind of holding a safe space for themselves. And so I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to penetrate further with further questions because, this is clearly like
a boundary.
Y'all draw the line.
Yeah, so I'm not
Are we getting cheeks or not? That's what they're basically saying.
What do you do when... I don't like when people don't give the full context. When people say, I'm not emotionally available, I want them to say to you. Have you ever been single and you want to date a single person? They say, I'm not ready for a relationship. But they don't say, I don't want a relationship with you.
I just think that's assumed.
But a lot of people do want the relationship.
Well,
I'm thinking the
you.
to you is assumed. Like I just assume that it's the to you.
I don't.
I do.
really.
I
do.
take you at your word.
So you get agitated if somebody says that to you and then they end up in a relationship?
Okay, so truth be speaking, it's never been said to me. But I'm just saying, like sometimes we don't fully close the door on people. Because sometimes, like if somebody was to tell me, like I've been in situations where I've told people I'm not ready for a relationship and left off the with you. And that person is waiting for me to grow or waiting for me to reach the next step in my life or waiting for me to change something because they're thinking the door is still
so
open.
I see what you're saying.
But when you put with you on it, it closes the door.
I agree. So I have been in that situation. That door would still be open
because you say, I'm not ready for a relationship with you. That means, okay, well, I'm not ready now.
I'm not ready for a relationship.
Damn, I'm not finna wait for your ass once you say that.
Because it means I don't want you.
I feel like this is foolish.
That's what I'm saying.
Either way, I'm thinking the door's closed, so I'm just...
So,
you are?
If you're that direct to say, hey, it's a difference with you and I'm not ready, period, right?
Yes.
So when you say I'm not ready, period, I mean, anybody you get with, I'm not looking for a relationship. But when you look at me and say, Rodney, I'm not in a relationship with you, I'm backing the fuck up.
All right, so that is how my marriage started. Like that is
I'm just being honest.
That was the very start of my relationship, of my marriage. Like literally.
Explain.
And so my husband and I met, we met and I had just gotten out of a relationship. And we met. It wasn't on like a sex thing. It was like, oh, I really like you. Like I enjoy your company. I enjoy all of that. But I'm not even divorced on paper yet. I have a 3-month lease in a condo that, and I don't know what my next move is. I got a little bit of money in my pocket, but I don't know what's happening. So, and for you to be here in the mix of all of this, you just make things cloudy because you're going to keep me from the progress that I have to make for myself to be able to be in a relationship.
Apparently he didn't know.
And this is a joke that we always say, but he says that I ghosted him in the very beginning of our relationship, and I didn't ghost him, and it was that conversation of listen.
The conversation was had.
I'm not ghosting you. That was I still have the text messages. I'm not ghosting you, but I'm not ready for a relationship with you.
Okay.
Because that's how bad I want. You are the person. I see you. I know who you are. And I really hope that you're available when I come back to you when I am ready.
So you don't want to F it up right now for
and it's not even effing it up. It is, I'm not ready. I need these things to happen for me to be able to, for me to come to you as a full and complete man.
But did you directly say, I don't relationship with you, I'm not ready right now?
No, with you.
Oh,
it was with
he a strong individual because I would have.
But there's a difference between I'm not ready and I don't want to be.
So if there was somebody that was more similar to you, because when you say you aren't ready for a relationship with him, that means that you see him as a long-term prospect, or you see him as that. But if there was somebody that was on your same thing, that y'all's relationship could have worked at that time, you would have been in a relationship. If it didn't take so much more to be with him, you could have been with that person. It could have been easier.
What would have taken more? This was for me to be in a relationship.
This is what I would say. So there's many types of relationships, right? So if I'm 21, just figuring it out, I'm just used to being stable, and I meet another person that's 21, just figuring it out, just getting used to having money in their pocket, paying their bills, we can be in a relationship. But if I'm 21, I meet somebody 35, and they're already secure, already professional, already got JD behind their name, I'm not ready to be in a relationship with that person.
You're thinking
they need more.
I get what you're saying.
But I'm ready to be in a relationship with you because me and you know the same.
No, it's a 50-year-old.
I don't think saying financially. They're talking about the level where you are. Together. It's the same level.
I can be with him, but I can't be with him because he needs more things I can't even know what they are yet.
Because there are so many spectrums. It's what level are you talking about? Because you can feel it. I'm not financially ready to be with you. I'm not emotionally ready with you. I'm not spiritually ready to be ready with you. Mm-hmm. So you can't. That's just a difficult statement, and taking people for their word is real.
So my thing is just communicate what the barriers are, because I've been in a situation where we express interest for each other, but then it came up, I don't want to be in a relationship right now, but comes to find out their heart is somewhere else. But they didn't explain that till months later.
And disclosure is you don't really get to pick when somebody discloses something to you. But I have one last question that I do want to get through, and we can just run through it because this is for my own knowledge, because we encounter people. Mm-hmm. So if there is one question that you would want answered from a couple, and put your mindset of that you do interact or date couples, up front, what would that question be?
What you here for?
I know my question.
That's your question. What you here for?
Yeah.
Okay, Meech.
Are you in an open relationship to keep that person, or you actually want to be in an open relationship?
My question be
to keep the new person or
to keep the person they with currently.
Okay.
My question be where would I fit into how would I fit into this?
What time?
Solomon,
good segment.
First of all, we got into this whole conversation about do you want to be in a relationship? We started at the bar, and either I'm approaching, which I would never approach somebody, or a couple is approaching me, and they're interested in me. All right, I've had a couple drinks. What time we fucking?
But you realize that couples don't move like that. Couples aren't over here.
So wait, are you talking about polyamorous? Are you talking about open? Because for the video that was shared, open is sexual, polyamorous is relationship. So if you meet me on a open thing with time, even on a polyamorous thing, I'm like, how do I fit in?
But you're in a bar. Nobody has time to explain. Well, I'm open. I'm poly. Like nobody's gonna go through that entire.
In Atlanta, we know who
that's why I asked what you here for.
When y'all went into this conversation, I'm just sitting here like.
He gets to the bottom.
You talking about love, race, and marriage?
All right, y'all. Thank you for opening up with me. This was a lot of fun tonight. But I appreciate the insight, and I'm glad y'all don't date couples. Okay.
Well, I didn't say that.
I did not say that either.
I've interacted with couples, but I've never dated a couple.
I don't gotta be in a polyamorous relationship though.
I wouldn't either.
Can I have sex? Sure.
Let's go.
All right, y'all. Enough of this open up stuff. It is now time for Wally. Wally has prepared a phenomenal segment for us today.
Yes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a little segment I like to call "Get Your Life and Play the Game."
Okay.
So, the openers want to get into our business just a little bit.
Okay.
You know, popular demand. I figure we do a popular favorite from our childhood, which is Never Have I Ever.
Okay.
So we have 10 situations. So we're going to use our fingers here.
Okay.
And we're going to go through the situations. And for everybody who drops their finger, you have to explain what that situation is.
Oh, my God.
Or you can take a shot.
Sir, how long is this show?
First situation is...
Okay.
I'm going to make it easy on y'all.
Wait.
Never have I ever licked someone else's ice cream cone.
What's the ice cream cone?
Yeah, I fit a literal ice cream cone, not the type you like.
I don't know. I've never licked my ice cream cone. I think that's nasty.
Okay.
You mean like an actual ice cream?
Yeah, like you like lick the.
Not even my partner, bitch.
Like give me
Take
that.
out.
Just.
Okay.
I've never done
Okay.
that.
Well, Solomon's.
Oh no, I've licked my husband's ice cream cone. Okay, yeah.
Was it in a sexual situation or y'all just out eating ice cream?
Just out eating ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah, like here, try this flavor. I got a different flavor than you did.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Next situation. Never have I ever been a member of the Sky High Club.
What's that?
The Mile High Club.
Mile High Club, yes.
What's that?
What's that?
So
Have
basically,
sex in an airplane.
yeah.
Oh no.
No.
No? Okay.
It's on the list though.
No.
All right. What happened?
On a PJ.
What happened, Randall?
On a PJ.
On the
Private jet.
A private jet.
I'm gonna take a shot because
Okay.
that's my livelihood. Oh, and it's vodka.
It's
Yikes.
vodka.
Wait.
What if you don't want
want
vodka?
a real
No,
shot?
goddamn.
You gonna give him a real shot?
Yeah. What you thought?
Wait, what are we doing?
What? No.
You want to make this game 70 minutes?
70 minutes? Okay.
Kevy Kev.
What's the next one?
Kevy Kev, tell us in the
All right.
comments.
Here, I got you.
Yeah, if you had your heads down.
Play with us.
Let us know in the
Play with
comments.
us. Play with us. Okay, let's go.
Now, hold on.
What?
Vodka.
You can't just say play with us.
Anyway, never have I ever had group sex with a man and woman at the same time.
No.
Oh, Solomon.
First of all, don't do that.
What? What
You
happened?
see the fingers.
So what happened?
Exactly what you read.
He don't want to elaborate. It's good.
He answered it.
That's fine. I'm gonna let you
The
slide.
details though.
Okay.
Never have I ever dated a close friend.
I just can't. Once I see you as a good friend, I like
No.
that.
You said something else.
I've done it.
Wait,
I've done it.
have you?
Dated is a word.
Dated a close friend.
Yeah.
No.
Not
I've done
dated.
it. I've done it.
Right.
Friend from college, we explored for a summer.
Tried it.
It was cool. It was fun. Never have I ever hooked up with that one person my partner was suspicious about.
Yes.
Ooh.
But after.
But after?
After.
Okay.
After.
After, yeah. After.
Okay. After's not
During.
during.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Were there consequences?
Get back. I'm gonna get back
they
if
never
it
found
can
out.
take like trust.
Oh, all right now.
Okay.
Keep it tight, keep it right. All right. Never have I ever caught a family member doing the do.
My parents.
Child parents.
Disgusting. I was disgusted.
Now, when you say caught, how, like,
Seen
You
with
know,
your
in
eyes.
the-
I've never seen.
Okay.
Seen. I've seen and heard. Disgusted.
Never parents, but yeah.
Okay.
Never have I ever lived with an ex well after the relationship has ended.
And would
I
never.
have.
And would never.
No.
I have. The lease wasn't up, and I went
Would
wrecking
never.
money to get out the lease.
Did y'all live in like separate rooms?
Yeah.
We getting up.
Okay.
Oh nah, somebody got to go.
We getting the
Yeah, we
We
moving
had
on.
2 months.
Cause I know a couple that they broke up and they still were sleeping in the same bed. Like I don't know why. I guess the bed was comfortable
Alright.
and they didn't want to.
I ain't gonna judge. I mean, I
not
have my
judging.
reasons.
I mean, but it happens.
my own
Hey.
financial reasons. I couldn't afford to
Economy is
break
going
the
crazy
lease.
right now.
It is,
You see
it
the
is.
tariffs?
Shit.
Never have I ever participated in a golden shower.
No. Fuck no.
No.
I'm sorry to say it like that. Like maybe somebody can't. No, I have not.
No. I've never done that, but one time I took a shower with my partner and I accidentally pissed on them.
How you
They
accidentally?
was like,
Absolutely.
they was like turned, like, you know how the shower
But
is
why
like
were you
this?
pissing in the
Pissing in
shower?
the
I pissed in the shower plenty of
You
times.
piss in the shower.
I will.
You brush your teeth in the shower too?
No.
I have.
Disgusting.
That's nasty.
I have like brushing, like doing
I ain't
everything
judging
at
you,
one
I'm
time,
sorry.
cleanser and this and something. No, yeah, I've
Hey,
done that.
whatever.
Got you pissed on my Bitch, hold me Jesus.
All right, let's go.
What is that?
It wasn't like a whole thing. It was like,
The fact that you that's your motherfucking property.
Oh shit, you done pissed on me.
come on, let's go.
I'm dead.
Never have I ever fell in love with someone who didn't love me back.
Oh shit! Everybody, put your finger down.
I haven't, but I have been the person who loved more.
AKA. And I don't even like. I'm a death at heart.
I hate you.
My heart.
Come on.
Am I doing it right, Sarah?
Oh, one finger. Oh, you might have to take a shot. Oh, you still got. All right.
Let's go.
Never have I ever made an inappropriate advance at my coworker.
I have not.
Okay, I have.
I've done it.
I
Yeah.
have.
I was at a holiday party and some, drinks be flying. And one of the white boys, I commented on his ass because he had a big ass, and that probably was inappropriate. I just shouldn't have said that.
Especially
but
What
I
happened?
did.
You got in trouble?
No, I didn't get in trouble. I mean, it was fine because they be a little gay sometimes.
Yeah.
You know how they be.
I never got to do this one. I always have to work with older people. I never worked with nobody my age. Since I got out of college, everybody's been at least 10 years old. I've never worked with nobody my age ever. Since I worked like Foot Locker when I was in high school.
Really?
I've never worked with nobody my age.
Mine was at an orientation.
I hate it.
Orientation, you was fresh in.
We
both started
Right now. Okay.
But I asked her. He
like-
asked questions like, "What you
You
going
know how they
at?"
say. You know how they say the warehouse workers be always each other. You one of
That's
the
what I
warehouse
hear.
workers.
I am.
I know that's right.
Amazon delivery
Well, I still got
driver.
7 fingers. Though I got the most. I got 7 fingers.
Yeah, so I guess y'all need to take a
That's
shot
six.
because we are done, guys.
I ain't just finesse ass
Openers, let us know what things you have never done or done in the comments.
We should have put up some of the comments so we could see what people were saying.
I know. Well, let us know,
anybody-
y'all, because we going to watch back and then
I
we're
know.
going to comment.
I'm watching it in the morning.
This segment is ironically perfect for Wally because Geminis love to play games literally and physically. Okay.
Thank you.
But I'm not a Gemini, but okay. Hey, Kev. All right.
Is Kevin Kev a Gemini?
I guess so.
That's what he was trying to say.
I think that he was self-identifying. That's crazy.
Okay. Well, hey.
He said he brushed his teeth in the shower. Thank you. It's yours. I built my
I just
shower.
want to know about your toothbrush. So, like, did your toothbrush reside in the shower?
No.
Or are you bring
You bring it in.
You bring your toothbrush from somewhere else into the
I
shower.
have.
And do you take it out when you pee in the
I
shower?
have.
All fair questions.
I have quite a few toothbrushes.
So do you have a shower toothbrush?
No.
No. Okay.
I brush my teeth in the shower if I'm in a rush.
So we asked this
If I'm in a
question
rush.
on last season. I have to ask since we on the subject of showers.
asking?
You about to ask?
Yes, you know. Are you douching in the shower?
Absolutely not.
I never.
Okay, yeah.
You never dish.
No, he's a.
I've never
Oh.
done before.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
no, I will say
You do the
so
bending.
because I know the process. So, not to be crazy, but when
All the time.
I was younger, I used to have issues using the bathroom. So the doctor told me to do that to help like move things through my body.
Oh.
So until I started to. So
Okay.
I was born 90 days early, so my stomach and stuff never fully developed.
Damn,
so
90 days.
when I was like 20 to 27-ish, I used to do sometimes to. But it never
Was it in
for
the
sex.
shower or
it
was
for
it
like to
in the
yeah.
in the toilet?
Never in the shower. That's crazy.
Okay.
to
What
me.
about you?
Okay.
I mean,
I just be sharing with y'all.
it's a hybrid actually. Like you should get
I can't see
the
Kev.
bulk of that out first. And then, like in the shower, like I use a shower attachment.
Okay,
Like,
that's
That's what I'm
fair.
asking.
No,
You
there
got
are
a shower
shower
attachment.
ones. There are
so
shower
that's why I
ones.
asked the question because I don't see nobody using a shower attachment that run into the toilet and push out. Like that's a lot to me.
Well,
I
depends
think
on
I
how
seen
your
a
bathroom is
content
set up.
creator promoting one that was for shower, and they showed the before, but not the after. They showed like how you set it up and
They
everything.
ain't
but
show all that
didn't
shit
show
in the damn
where it
shower.
went.
But why? Like you're not taking like a whole shit in the shower. Like the shit is supposed to be taken first, and then
I don't know if everybody got that memo though. That's
I don't
the
think everybody got that memo. That's why I have to ask.
You know, a lot of people.
No, y'all, you're not just dropping loads in the shower.
Yes.
Nobody.
I'm
I don't
telling you,
believe
yes.
But a lot of people learn their gay lifestyle
Yeah.
through trial and error.
Yeah.
Because they didn't grow up learning with their uncles and stuff like that, like heterosexual people. So, you know, they're probably.
Well, listen, y'all. The segment is closed at this point.
Okay.
So,
So,
all
we're
right,
talking about-
listen.
Please.
I don't know
All
what
right.
I had to
Can
ask.
you pass over?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining in for Get to Life or Play the Game. I am going to pass it over to Solomon
Shit.
for a little menage a trois.
Literally.
Before we get into the menage a trois, I have to remind all of us that this is a safe space where we can all agree to disagree. Sometimes more disagreeing than agreeing. But I also want to remind you to come check out our
What can I say?
Kevy Kev. I've douched in the shower before. Never again like that popular shower attachment. I can't read the other part.
Yeah, the one that's on the internet, the one you would attach to your shower.
Yeah.
So he did it in his shower. Tell you somebody out
Yeah,
there.
but you're.
Anyway, hold on. But I need to remind everybody to come to our YouTube, like, comment, and
Like
subscribe.
Kev, he always be in there.
Oh
My
wow!
boy.
All right. So for some of us who are single and some of us who are not, but I'm pretty sure a lot of us have heard this before. Like, you're single because you're too picky. How do you feel about that comment? Do you think that there's some sort of buy-in to that?
I hate the comment.
I am picky.
I hate the comment because I used to hear it so much. And it is literally the reason why I got into a relationship. Because I was like, they always saying I'm too picky. They always saying I'm only want to date Obama. And I'm going to try this. And it was the worst mistake I ever made. Because people was like, you want this and you want this. Nobody's going to be that. You're not. And I was like, okay, well, let me do something that is going to be like, oh, okay. And then it was, they not good enough for you. They not this. They not. I'm like, well, damn, what y'all want me to do? You said I was aiming too high. Now you said I'm aiming too
the
low.
wrong one. I like that statement is so true. Like for
Being too picky?
Yes, for so many people.
I think it's true.
And like I have
I
this
just hate it.
conversation around my kitchen table so often with friends and just people that I like. I'm not gonna say mentor, but people
Let me write
people
this
that
out, I
are that
forget.
surround me. Like y'all be picky. Like you really expect
Yeah.
a lot from somebody, and you expect somebody that can take care of you, or that is going to take care of you, that is a full and complete top or bottom, that drives this, makes this amount of money, and cooks,
Preach.
cleans,
Preach.
and rubs your feet when you get home. Like
You can get that. You can get that.
you can get that, but it comes with other shit also.
I have a question.
And I think that when you do find what I've noticed is when they do find the person that checks those boxes, it's either like, all right, Infinity Stone unlocked. I'm moving on because I found it, but they realize what comes along with that.
Yeah,
and what comes along with that, like what comes along with that ain't worth it. Like I would much rather, and I hate to use this idea of lowering my standards, but I would much rather be open to somebody who doesn't fit the mold this box that I've built for somebody than be out here looking for.
Thank you.
Looking for a leprechaun. Shit.
So this is what I would say. Go ahead. Go.
Can I go?
No, hold on, Wally, go.
I just think it's a theory of like always searching for the next best thing. I, for one, definitely, I'm a person that has been single for most of my life. And so I've not seen a lot of healthy relationships growing up, and so I think I put relationships on a pedestal as in it's supposed to look like this. XYZ criteria has to be in place, but as I'm maturing and I'm working on myself, I realize that ain't the case, you know? So I am working on that. That theory of perfection in your partner, because I ain't perfect. So how the hell am I going to attract somebody perfect?
Right. You know, the idea is getting somebody that you can work on it with.
I said that last week.
You did.
Somebody to stick around.
This is what I learned. I don't ask for nothing I don't already have. And I think that's fair. Like, right?
No, that's not.
I think that's fair.
You should want somebody to lead you into some.
No, because if you were a billionaire, would you want somebody else that's a billionaire?
Yes, I'm gonna be honest.
If you are extremely, well, at
the same time,
be like, yes, please.
Somebody that's also a billionaire, y'all's time. Y'all may not have.
Never seen each other.
When I say that, I'm saying like as far as because like it's just 3 negotiables. I'm not ever gonna bend on. It's your credit score, your relationship with God,
you like my friend Chad,
and your family.
So shallow.
And that's fine.
Okay, can I say
credit
something?
score?
Those are all
I learned that from my friend Chad. If he out there
You know
listening
how
to
many
Chad,
millionaires I know that have a 550 credit score?
Baby, you got $1 million, we can work.
So exactly.
So that's the
but if
difference.
that's your non-negotiable,
It
then
is.
if that's your shallow ass non-negotiable,
I'm just sorry. I'm just
listen,
sorry.
we don't judge.
I don't know too many people, and I have not met millionaires with bad credit score. So I'm just talking about from my own experience.
Can I go next? Thank you. I'm just gonna ask the host.
Fun.
So this is what I want to always tell people. When people say you're single because you're too picky, this is what I always tell my friends when they go down their list of criteria. I say, you gave me all this criteria, right? Would that person want you?
That's true.
And I always hit my
real.
friends with that. If you want him to be 6'9", a great body, 200,000, he make 400,000 a year, he got a Ferrari, he got this, he got that. Would he look at you and think you was an asset to him or you was a liability?
That's real.
I always ask my friends that because they be so. I be like, you're 25 or you're 30 and you want this man, but he probably looking at you like,
yeah. Because I had to
what
ask.
are you bringing to me that's worth me investing in you? And
I had to ask myself that question. I really did. Like, I'm like, would I date myself at this point in my life? You know, when I was going through different situations, whether it be emotionally, financially, XYZ, I had to ask myself, would I date me right now? And if the answer is no, then, well, shit, what I'm looking for?
I'm gonna say this: if I'm with you and you go through financial problems, I think it's very shallow to leave someone. Now, however, if I'm out dating and you tell me you can't afford to do this, I might not be the person for you.
I'm not walking into no tragedy.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not walking
I
into
can
a
walk with
tragedy.
you through it, but I did too it.
I'm not walking into no tragedy.
like
I'm gonna ride with you, but I'm not walking into a tragedy.
Yeah, I'm not.
But come on, guys, come on. Like, why
You see this
again?
economy? You see them tariffs?
And understanding the tariffs, like.
You read it.
Kevin Kev says, date what you want, but have realistic expectations of what is possible in the world. A highly successful business person. I guess.
But
Yeah.
there are those people out there who have everything and they want somebody that's fully available to them. So they want them to have less because that makes them more available to them. And there's also those people who are dead broke who want for the highest because they want somebody to take care of them. All I say is, like I said, first episode, find somebody who wants what you want.
I want you to have what I don't have. Like that's like
could
when
be the
I'm
same.
when I'm looking
Characteristics.
for when I'm looking for someone, I'm not looking for someone to be my equal.
Yeah.
I'm or when I was looking for somebody because I found my king, but
I know
I'm
that's
not.
right.
I'm not looking for somebody to be my equal. I'm looking for
But
somebody
to be
I'm
fair,
looking for
Equal
somebody
Randall, to be
equal on
fair,
paper,
I'm looking
equal
for
in heart.
somebody
To be
to
fair,
fill in the
to
gaps
be fair,
of things that I'm missing.
to be fair, can I say this? I'm not gonna tell you
Put
business,
your
but
hand down.
your partner is not the average person. He makes money.
Yeah, neither
Right?
one of us are broke.
So that's what I'm saying. So to me, that's not. I won't receive that from a person come from you. I need to see person who's successful with somebody who's like working at McDonald's.
Because I've dated somebody that they couldn't
So
pay
when
their
you both
phone
doing the
bill.
same thing, that's a big difference.
So let me tell you the truth. When I met him
money
and when
like
I
money.
married him, my husband made half of what he makes now.
What's half?
So
Yeah, because I mean,
60% of America make 40,000 or less.
all right, he made more than that. but the thing about it is that like he was happy. He was absolutely happy with what he made. He was happy with like he was reasonably financially responsible. But it wasn't about how much he made. And let's face it, like I know who I am, and like it's a little bit of glitter that comes off on you just by interacting with me. So he had a glow up.
That's right.
He had a
Talk your shit, friend. Talk your shit, friend.
he had a glow up that was completely like on his own.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that there was a piece of influence for me of like, hey, you can do like you can do better. And I watched him walk through interview after interview after interview, and sharpening his blade to get these better jobs. And I've watched him hop from here to there to there, and more
But that's
than
just
like,
one layer of it. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of successful, black gay men out there, if that's what you're looking for, specifically in Atlanta, DC, all of the whatever metros. But the thing is, how are you spiritually? How are you mentally? Because a lot of these people that got money, they fucked up.
yeah.
So
Because everybody's after them.
I also tell people,
the truth.
I tell people all the time, it's not only about how much you make. It's also
It's
about
not.
what your expenses are.
Mm-hmm.
When I was
too.
in elementary school, my best friend, his dad made $300,000. He worked at something labs. He was like a data scientist. He made $300,000, but they lived in a huge house. His two brothers went to private school. Him and his mom had brand new cars. Like their monthly expenses were a lot. And his dad would come and talk to our school about like because we went to elementary, middle school, and high school together. So by the time we got to high school, his dad was at like $500,000 a year. But he would talk to us about like budgeting our money. Look at the end of the year, it would be like, oh, okay, you spent all of that. But he would say, because I want to live, I don't want to save all my money. I want to live with my family each month. So they would go on huge vacations, huge summer vacations, huge Christmas vacations. So he made a lot of money, but his expenses were a lot. And his wife didn't work. She was a stay-at-home mom. So there
where
wasn't
they
that other
now?
income.
I would love to see.
The dad still works, but I think he's like the VP of the place now.
So he worked his way up.
But if you what if you get laid off in that situation? Because
if you're
have
spending
experienced
the money
layoffs.
monthly and not keeping it. But my thing was for him was that he made a lot. But we're only looking at the plus. We're not looking out. We're looking at what comes into the checking account, not what goes out.
We should be looking at a complete picture, like because
T-minus 8 minutes.
You gotta think about even like niggas today, like these successful guys that come out. Like I'm gonna speak for my own family. Like my brother, like Harvard, Emory, Tulane, all these schools. He's a trauma surgeon. You know how much student loan debt he has?
Probably $300K.
Exactly. And like even at making like $6+ a year, like when you add in lifestyle, like.
But it's not only that. For a lot of these upper class households, the parents are out the house working, and they're not tending to their kids, and their kids end up growing up fucked up because they didn't get the proper love
that they get business
in the
skills.
household.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay,
balance.
but also just consider when we're talking about expenses, we're also talking about our time. We're talking about attention.
Yeah,
you know,
soft skills.
A lot of things that some of us may actually take for granted. Does this person actually text back? Does this person want to be seen in public with me? Does this person when
you say that last part?
Does this person want to be seen in public with me? Because I sent you all that video about people fucking in bushes and shit.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Life is crazy out here for some people.
Yeah.
But it really is like when you are picking, are you picking appropriately?
Yeah.
But that is our time. We need to move on to this letter. What you
Yes. It also matters why people are picking. What you picking for?
That's true.
I'm gonna say this: you have to make a certain amount of money to come ride this ride.
Read this letter.
Shallow. And yes, when it comes to that.
I gotta start being.
Well, openers, welcome to your favorite segment. We are not coming to the letter. This is where you write in, ask us questions. You know, we your uncles. We can be like your gay cousins. Whoever wants to be in your head, we're here for you. As always, you can send your letter in two ways. You can email us openrelationshippodcast@gmail.com, or you go to the website at openrelationshippodcast.com, click contact us, and send your letter. As always, hit me up before you go to Solomon. I'll give you his contact.
You always trying to pimp a therapist.
Okay, so he's off the clock right now, but he been on the clock for on the clock with the Price is Right. All right,
Let's go.
let's get to the letter. Let's get off of this. Hold on. Oh, okay. Dear Openrelationship Podcast. Oh, that was sweet. They wrote dear. I need some real advice because I'm stuck between letting this go or walking away completely. I recently found out that my girlfriend has been texting a guy I specifically asked her to block months ago. This isn't some random insecurity. I had a real reason to bring it up. The conversation they were having made me feel uncomfortable, and I clearly expressed how it made me feel. She agreed, told me she'll block him, and I thought we had moved on. Fast forward to now, I'm just happy to see her messages, and there he was, same number, still texting, still getting responses. I feel disrespected. It's not just the text, it's the lying and the fact that she didn't make me take my feelings seriously. She claims it's nothing and they're just friends, and that she didn't think it was that deep. But to me, it is that deep.
Period.
Am I overreacting?
No.
Should I give her benefit of the doubt and chalk it up to a mistake? Or is this clear sign that she doesn't respect my boundaries? I really care about her, but it's broke something in me. Look forward to hearing your thoughts. I need some perspective.
Is this a straight relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was wondering too. Like,
Yeah, you said girlfriend. Like I was trying to understand.
I appreciate that. You know, straight
he said
relationships.
stuck between letting this go, like letting that issue go.
Or walking away.
Or walking
yeah,
away.
exactly.
So my first thoughts are my general thoughts about relationships. Current friends, when I meet you, I expect them to stay your friends. I expect y'all dynamic to stay the same. But I do respect for me to come once I become your man and boyfriend or whatever it is. I think in this situation, I'm a little weird because when you say it's not about an insecurity, but you happen to see her messages. I'm trying to figure out how you got to see the messages.
Sniffing through that phone.
And why you felt the need to see the messages. Also, I'm about picking and choosing battles. Is it worth leaving over or is it not? So it sounds like it's a person that doesn't have their non-negotiables together. But I also feel like you can't control who a person wants to communicate with. And you don't know the value of that other friendship. But if you know yourself, this makes me uncomfortable. Because some people are naturally insecure. It don't matter who that other person is they're texting. They're naturally insecure. So are you an insecure person, or is this person making you feel insecure because you asked them to block them and they didn't listen to your wishes? So I just got more questions. So I don't know if you should leave or walk away, but maybe you should ask yourself, is it worth leaving for?
I actually think that you were wrong for issuing an ultimatum.
I ain't mad at that.
Everybody wants a unconditional love, but then when they are met with a condition, then they want to walk away. So I think you're wrong in this situation. You should have never asked them to stop.
Yeah. I think that you can share, like, it's a when you this, it makes me feel that. Like,
Yeah, I
and
like
share
that. I like that.
Share how you feel about it. Haven't been in those situations before.
Because your partner should take it from there.
Yeah, and this is one of my sermons that I preach all the time. Like, I'm not your pastor. I'm not your father. Like, I'm not your disciplinarian. I'm not here to, like, I'm not trying to discipline you. And we had this conversation about consequences last week.
Yeah.
So I'm just not big. Yeah, I'm not big on handing out consequences to my partner. And yeah, I think that you're kind of wrong about that.
I think it's two sides to every story, and so what I see is that there could be a situation where they could have been friends or whatever, and maybe there was nothing violated. But if there was something that was violated that was against you guys' collective agreement as a couple, then yes, she was wrong. But you issuing ultimatums because, like, it makes you feel a certain way, that might be some gray area right there.
I'm not upset
but
about
I do not like the fact that your feelings are being dismissed. So I think both parties are wrong, in my opinion.
What matters the most?
How you as an adult? How do you as an adult?
Let me get my perspective. That we have time.
You gotta block this person.
We can go. So let me say this, opener. I'm not here to tell you when you can get ultimatums or not. I think everything comes to push on the shove. However, if you verbally told your girlfriend, hey, I don't like you talking to a person called see X, Y, Z messages, y'all too comfortable for me, block him or leave me alone. She clearly told you she was going to block him, right? So that makes me think of two things. First thing is that you're not doing something for her to make her feel secure in herself to block this man. This man's giving her something that she don't want to let go, that she's not receiving from you. So that tells me that she feels home with you, but not home. So if somebody don't feel home with you, it's time for you to go away. And that's just a real honest God truth, because if I unblock someone and continue engaging with that person, they have something for me that I like that you ain't giving.
I think there's so many different ways that this relationship could go. Like, you can still have this thing that you're communicating with this person, and me being your boyfriend, be like, they still want to sleep with you?
Yeah.
Y'all still doing that little thing? Like, it's open communication. I think there's a lot of room for, number one, communication. Yeah. But I think there's a lot of room for just exploring what that is.
I don't like that we go all the way to block this person. Because I talked about this on the other episode, and I said there was friends that my ex was doing with their friends in the club that I didn't like. My thing wasn't cut the person off; it's change the dynamic of y'all's situation.
Did you snatch somebody up though?
And we'll still. But what I'm saying is,
are you on one of them viral videos, Meech?
There are videos that exist in the world, yeah.
Okay.
But what I'm saying in this conversation is that sometimes people can be a good friend to you, but if they know that you're, I don't want to say easy, but if you're accessible in certain ways, they will manipulate the situation. That can be disrespectful to your relationship because they're just your friend. They don't care about your relationship necessarily. They care about you. They don't necessarily care about your relationship. So I don't think it's about blocking the person. I think it's about change the dynamic of how y'all communicate.
Part 2 of the letter come next week. Openers, because this is a good letter. This is really, we need to talk about this more. This is a good letter. Thank you so much, Open. I hope you got your questions answered. But that's all we have. Yes.
Put it in the comments.
Thank you for joining us. Well, actually, don't just put in the comments. Join us on the 4th Thursday of every month. We could talk about it privately. But thank you for joining the 5 of us as we swallow hard topics and spit difference of opinions.
See you next week.
Peace.
Episode
10.
10?
How you say 10 in Spanish?
Yes.
Yes.